In this session, I will be going to explain pulse radar system. This is the pulse radar system block diagram. In a pulse radar system, basically having a transmitter section and receiving section. In a transmitter part consists of a trigger source, pulse modulator and output source, which are connected with the duplexer to the antenna. And the receiver part consists of the RF amplifier, mixer, local oscillator, IF amplifier, detector, video amplifier and the radar display. This is the diagram of which is showing block diagram of the simple basic pulse radar system. Now let us see one by one what are the blocks consist of and how the working of each block takes place. The first block is the trigger source. The function of the trigger source is provide to impulse response. So like this is the impulse response as sawtooth waveform. So this trigger source is provides this pulse like this. This trigger pulses are continuously generating and this trigger pulse is given to the input of the pulse modulator, and another input of the pulse modulator is the continuous sine wave. This is the continuous sine wave. So this CW sine wave is the second input of the pulse modulator, and the first input of the trigger source input is the sawtooth or impulse waveform. So this is the first input and this is the second input of the pulse modulator. Based on two inputs, we have a pulse modulator output like this. This is the pulse modulator output. We have a continuous wave sine carrier. So pulse modulator output is in terms of pulses. Those pulses are having a carrier signal. This is the pulses and this is the carrier signal, and that is what we are sending it via output tube, where output tube could be gun oscillator, it could be tapped amplifier, it could be impact amplifier. So output tube could be gun oscillator or tapped amplifier or impact amplifier. So those are all devices in microwave devices. So tapped means transient plasma avalanche transient time. So these devices are supporting a high frequency signals. So we can use the output tube to consist of the like these devices. Now if the output tube acts as an amplifier, basically using the klystron tube or TWT tube, which are also called as the microwave devices. The signals which are generated from the output tube are basically range is 3.9 GHz. So the range is 3.9 GHz to 8 GHz, which are working at the C-band at a radar communication system. So the output tube of the input is the kept pass into the duplexer. So this is the duplexer. The duplexer which is gives the input to the antenna. So this is the antenna. The signals from the antenna are being transmitted into the free space. The basic function of the duplexer it exactly consists of the two tubes. One is TR and another one is ATR. So the TR protects the receiving during transmission and the ATR directs the echo signal to the receiver during the reception. This is what going on the transmitter part. And the receiver section, the receiver is usually the super heterodyne type. So what is the super heterodyne principle? So super heterodyne principle is to convert the radio frequency signals into the intermediate frequency signals. So this is called as the super heterodyne principle. So the signals which are received by the antenna are the radio frequency signals. First we have to convert into intermediate frequency, which is known as the super heterodyne principle. The function of receiver first block is RF amplifier. RF amplifier receives the proper signals which is interrupted due to the noise, other interfacing signals. So the received signals in the form of echo signals or reflected signals. The received signals are first two which we are So RF amplifier consists of a low frequency signals and high frequency signals. In the low frequency signals range is the 12152 to 1400 megahertz. These low frequency signals are used to the BJTs, and high frequency signals we are using the gallium arsenic FET, these like this as an amplifier. And the output from the RF amplifier first given to the mixer circuit. The one more input to the mixer circuit is the local oscillator. The output of the mixer gives the radio frequency into the intermediate frequency, which is fed to the intermediate amplifier. So this is the intermediate frequency amplifier. So here what we do, so RF amplifier signals to downsampling with the local oscillator through mixer. Here IF amplifier, which is cascaded tuned amplifier. So this amplifier can eliminate the noise and just provides a required bandwidth of the frequency. And the frequency range, if it is example for the air surveillance radar systems, frequency range is 30 to 60 megahertz with 1 megahertz bandwidth. The basic function of the receiver, the gain of the receiver is totally depending on the RF amplifier. So it provides the receiver gain. So this IF amplifier frequency range is 30 to 60 megahertz. The output of the IF amplifier is fed to the detector circuit. For detecting the original signal, we are using the Schottky barrier diode. So this detector we are using a Schottky barrier diode. The output of the diode is given to the video amplifier, which amplifies the signal. Then it is fed to the radar display. It is the interconnections of all these devices are made by the waveguide signals or in the form of gigahertz frequency. So normal coaxial cable cannot be supported. So all these devices are connected to the waveguides. Finally, the radar display is used to represent the signal which are received by the superhetted receiver. So the radar display may be used to CRT tube or A-scopes. So this A-scopes devices works on the deflection modulation, and this only determines the range of target. It only provides the distance of the target from the location. So in this A-scope represented in terms of X and Y axis, which are received power, voltage versus time. So this is the y axis and this is the x axis. So in this x axis we are representing a time, and this y axis we are representing a voltage. And the second radar display can be, we are using a PPI radar system. So PPI radar system means plane position indicator. The plane position indicators works in the principle of intensity modulation. They are used for determining the range and azimuthal angle. So this radar display we have to seen in the CRTs, A-scopes and PPI. So CRTs we know the normally, and next A scope is the based on the deflection, modulation and range, and PPI is the based on the intensity, modulation and azimuthal angle and range. So this is the radar display graph diagram. So thank you.